Hello my dear students. Today I am going to teach Science of Class 7, lesson number 1, which is lesson number 1. So before starting the lesson, let me help you to recall what you have learned in the previous class, which will help you to understand today's topic. So I'll help you to recall by asking some question. Why do we need food? Why do we need food? Why do we need food? As you know, we need food because we get energy from food. It helps us to grow and helps us to stay healthy. Question number 2. So regarding the food, you have learned in class 6, chapter number 1. And next question is, what are the components of food? What are the components of food? This is also you have learned in class 6, components of food as a nutrients like carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals. The third question is, do all living beings need same kind of food? So the third question is going to relate with today's topic. Since plant is also a living organism, do plants need same kind of food as we do? So today's topic is nutrition in plants. How do plants get their food? Nutrition in plants. Today's topic is nutrition in plants. Nutrition in plants. So in this particular lesson, it contains 5 subtopics. Out of 5, we are going to discuss only 2 subtopics. So let's begin with the lesson. As we all know, the plants can produce their own food. Plant can produce food for themselves. So nutrition in plants, how do they get food? They can produce food for themselves. So in the starting of the lesson itself, you will find that plants can, you have learned in previous class also, that plants can produce food for themselves. So the next is today's first topic. That is mode of nutrition in plants. Today's first topic is mode of nutrition in plants. Today's first topic is mode of nutrition in plants. So we are going to discuss mode of nutrition in plants. So in this particular topic, we are going to discuss how do plants get their nutrients. So in this topic, we are going to discuss two modes we are going to discuss. First mode is autotrophs. One topic is autotrophs. First one is autotroph and the other one is heterotrophs. Heterotroph. So there are two modes are given in your textbook. The first one is autotroph and the second one is heterotroph. Autotrophs, auto means self and troph means nourishment. So autotroph means they can produce their own food or they can prepare their food by themselves. So they make food for themselves from simple substances. Example, plants. Plants can make their own food. So plants is an example of autotroph. And regarding the heterotroph, heteros means other. They depends on other for food. They cannot make their own food by themselves. Example, animal. Animal, they rely on others. So plant is an example of the synthesis, nutrition of plant. When we discuss about the nutrition in plants, they can prepare food for themselves, so they belongs to autotroph. So next topic of the lesson, and this is going to be the last topic for today's lecture. Next topic is photosynthesis. Next topic is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. As you know, the definition of photosynthesis, because this topic has been discussed since class 3, I guess. I think in class 3 environmental science textbook, the definition of photosynthesis is also given. So in 3rd standard, 4th standard, you have been learning about photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means to make. In your textbook, photo is given as sunlight and synthesis to combine. So photosynthesis means plants make food in presence of sunlight. Plants make food in presence of sunlight, and so the process is called photosynthesis. This is the definition. So today we are going to learn how plants make their own food. What is the process? We are going to learn the process. So in photosynthesis, plants require water, minerals, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and chlorophyll. So in order to carry out a photosynthesis, plants require water, mineral, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in leaves. So leaves is the factories of plant. So you have to know which part of the plant is called the factories of plant. Leaves is the factories of plant. That means photosynthesis takes place at leaf because it contains chlorophyll. So let's start with the process how plants synthesize their own food. First is water and minerals, which is required by the plant for photosynthesis, is taken up by the roots. Second is carbon dioxide from air. Carbon dioxide, which is required by the plant for photosynthesis from air, is absorbed through tiny pores called stomata, which is present in the leaf. Third point, water and mineral absorbed by the root is transported. Water and minerals absorbed by the roots are transported by, with the help of what? With the help of vessels. With the help of vessels. The fourth one is chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves. Chlorophyll, which is present in the leaf, helps leaves to capture energy. Energy captured by the mating pangi from sunlight. So the water and minerals required by the plants for photosynthesis is absorbed by roots, and it is transported to the leaves with the help of vessels, carbon dioxide, which is present in air is absorbed through stomata, and the chlorophyll, which is a green pigment, helps to capture energy from sunlight. After getting all these raw materials, the following reaction takes place, which results in the formation of food for the plant. The reaction is carbon dioxide combines with water. Carbon dioxide combines with water with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll. It is converted to carbohydrates, oxygen. So this is the food required by the plant, and oxygen is released. So this is the process called photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide and water combines with the help of sunlight, chlorophyll to produce carbohydrates, and oxygen is released in air. So here carbohydrate is food for the plant. So in order to check whether carbohydrate is present in the leaves or not, we'll take starch test, iodine test you can say, or the presence of starch. Starch is a form of carbohydrates, so we are going to check the presence of starch in the leaves. If starch is present in the leaf, then photosynthesis takes place. So we take this idea and we can perform an activity which is given in your textbook, activity 1.1, to check that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. So activity 1.1, we will discuss the sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. In this activity we are going to take two potted plant, say for example A and B, and we are going to keep A and B in different places. A in dark room for 72 hours, sunlight. Plant B will be exposed to sunlight for 72 hours, say, and we are going to perform iodine test by using iodine solution. So when you take leaf from both plants, A and B, and when you perform iodine test, in the leaf of B you will find change in color. That is, what color you will find? Blue-black color. No change in the leaves of A. So blue-black color will be seen in the leaves of B when you perform iodine test by using iodine solution, which confirms the presence of starch. So in plant B, starch is present. In plant A, starch is not present. So it confirms that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. So iodine test helps us to identify, or iodine test helps us to understand that, to know that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. So at this particular topic regarding leaves, there are so many leaves outside. When you look around, you will find different colors of leaves which are not green. You will find red, brown, or other pigment leaves. The question is, do they contain chlorophyll? Yes, they also contain chlorophyll. The only thing is that red, brown, and other pigment, they mask or cover the green part. Next is synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. other than carbohydrates. So synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. So when you look at the process of photosynthesis, you will find that carbohydrates is the product of photosynthesis. So now we are going to discuss plant food other than carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are made up of what? Carbon. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are used to synthesize other components. Carbohydrates are used by the plants to synthesize other components, for example protein and fats. But now the question is, when we discuss about protein is a nitrogenous compound. That means it contains nitrogen. Protein is the nitrogenous compound. Nitrogen yawe. Carbohydrates the nitrogen yaudi. Carbon ne hydrogen oxygen is having. Nitrogen se kai dila. The question is, from where do the plants obtain nitrogen? Nitrogen se kai dila. So nitrogen is present in air. But the problem is, plant cannot absorb directly nitrogen present in the air. So in this case, there's a certain bacteria in the soil. Which help to convert this atmospheric nitrogen to usable form. Masigi certain bacteria sina mateng pangi, so that plant can synthesize protein. Masina tab atopa hairagadi farmers singna kaisi ne fertilizers ne. They use fertilizers rich in nitrogen. Fertilizer site for you, so that plants get enough nitrogen for protein synthesis. So with this, in the beginning of the lecture, I told you that we will discuss only 2 subtopics, but this lesson contains 5 subtopics. The remaining topic will be discussed in the next lecture. So I'll summarize what we have learned today. First is mode of nutrition. We have discussed about mode of nutrition. So in mode of nutrition, we discussed 2 modes of nutrition. One is autotroph, one is heterotroph. Autotroph means they make food for themselves. Heterotrophs, they rely on others for food. Second topic that we discussed is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means plants make food for themselves in the presence of light or sunlight, and that process is called photosynthesis. And we discuss all the process also. And in this photosynthesis, we get carbohydrate as a product, but plants synthesize other than carbohydrate also. We discuss about protein, and for protein synthesis, the plants require nitrogen, and we discuss how nitrogen is made available to the plant. So this is a summary, or these are the topics we have discussed today. Now evaluation part. In order to check whether you have understand the topic or not, you have to evaluate yourself. So in order to evaluate, try to answer some questions which I am going to write the whiteboard. how would you test the presence of starch in leaves? You are not supposed to write the answer in your classroom notebook. This is just for the evaluation. Difference between autotroph, difference between autotroph and heterotroph. So please go through the lecture again and again. You can take the reference of textbook also. Try to find the answer of these questions. It will help you to evaluate. It will help you to check whether you have understand the topic or not. Question number 1 is, how would you test the presence of starch in leaves? Question number 2 is, difference between autotroph and heterotroph. With this, I conclude my lecture. Thank you for listening and watching. We will meet you in the next class.